Are you getting into herd management here in the Hunter Call of the Wild, but a little bit confused and just looking for a video that'll clear up some of your questions? Well, this, my friends, is the video for you. In this video, we're going to be counting down all the different things that helped herd management click for me, helped me understand it, and by the end of this video, you guys should have a very detailed and easy understanding on HM. Whether you're going to extreme HM, whether you're just going to HM to play with it, or whether you're going to experiment and try your own things, this video will cover all of it. We're going to cover all of the most asked questions from you guys in my streams, in my Discord server. Questions that I had right off the bat as a beginner herd manager. And without further ado, guys, if you're ready to spawn more great ones, find more diamonds and bigger rares, let me know down below by smashing that like button. As a 16-year-old content creator, my goal by the end of 2026 is 50,000 subscribers. So if you guys would like to help us out in that, that would be very much appreciated. Hit the like button, helps get the video pushed to more people just like yourself. But without further ado, Squid Gang, let's go ahead and dive right into it. So the very first thing that we're going to talk about here today is what to do first. If you've seen any of the herd management guides, and if you're kind of watching this video trying to help it click, then I would hope that you have. As a basic understanding of HM is kind of essential to watch this video, even if it's just a very basic understanding. The very first thing you should do when you're herd managing, after you found your zones and all that, is hunt your exterior zones, specifically your solo zones, if the grind has solo zones, and your main zones at the same time. With the Great One grinds like the fallow grind and the mule deer grind, starting by rotating through your main zones, primarily, and then hitting solo zones probably every 2 to 3 runs, and shooting any shooter solos that you see, will help you shoot down those solos very fast right off the bat. You want to get those solos down ASAP before you focus on the herds, or at least a good portion of them. So many people will ask me, Squid, what am I supposed to do first? Once I get set up and I pick my main zones, am I supposed to start rotating on exteriors? Am I supposed to start rotating on mains and get diamonds stacked? The answer is it's mainly preference, but if you want to HM as fast as possible, and your grind has solos, you should start with solo zones. But if you're starting with a grind like Black Bear where every zone is a solo, then you can start by rotating through your main zones, while just hunting exteriors in general. You don't got to worry about solos and whatnot. If you're doing a grind like Moose, Fallow Deer, Mule Deer, start by rotating through your main zones. Try to get diamond stacked ASAP, but that doesn't mean only hunt your main zones. Every 5 to 6 runs, at least at the most, you should run exteriors. Because you never know, you can have a great one there. You can have a diamond in your exterior. If there's a diamond in your exterior, you're literally just reverse HMing. And until you take that diamond down, you're just going to have tiny respawns in your mains. So the answer to that question is you should always hunt your exteriors, whether that be solos or herds, and your main zones together, right off the bat. So another one that I get asked all the time is, Squid, I spawned a diamond in an exterior zone, should I stack it? Absolutely not. You have to think about it. Stacking diamonds in exteriors is literally reverse HM. The point of stacking diamonds in the first place in your main zones that you're set up on is so that way the population will off-balance itself. You want to have diamonds, specifically guaranteed diamonds with a guaranteed diamond score in your main zones, so that way the game senses that, hey, there's several massive deer on the map. In order to keep the massive deer rare, I need to spawn more tiny ones. That's literally how the game thinks to itself. It's how it's programmed. So when there's like 10 diamond fallow on the map, it's gonna start to spawn way more level 2s and way more small level 3s. You'll start to see way less great big level 4s. I seen the biggest difference with my HM once I had 1 diamond stacked in each of my main zones. Some of my main zones even have 2 diamonds stacked in them. Stacking diamonds in exterior zones will do nothing but force small deer into your main zones, which is the direct opposite of what you want to happen. Whether it's a solo, whether it's a herd in an exterior, if you found a diamond, shoot it. You only want to stack diamonds or leave diamonds on the map in your 8 to 12 main zones, depending on the method that you're using. So next here on our list today, guys, there's a lot of people out there that'll tell you herd managing by weight is all you need to worry about, and that is a complete and total myth. If you want to herd manage properly and have an increased Great One rate and a way higher diamond rate than 1 in 30, then you need to HM not only by weight but also by score. My good friend AMAC is the one who started doing this. He quite literally invented HM by weight by score way back in the day. I think it was actually with the OG Whitetail grind, if not it was with Red Deer. And people in my Discord server who use HM by weight and by score, and since I've started using HM by weight and by score, we're all seeing diamond rates less than 1 in 15. Some of the people who have their maps fully HM'd can get 1 in 5 diamond rates. That's before EW started messing with the respawn system recently. So to HM by weight and by score, in my Discord server there's a channel called the Extreme HM FAQ. In there, all of that information for each grind in the game is available to you guys. For example, for fallow deer, you want to leave all level 2s, but if you just HM down to level 2s, then you'll break your map, you'll over HM. There won't be enough room in the respawn pool to spawn bigger levels because there's so many level 2s spawned. You don't need to worry about that. All you need to worry about is this. You want all level 2s, and no less than 6 level 3s on your map at any given time, and no more than 10 level 3s on your map at any given time. If you have more than 10 level 3s on your map, well then your HM won't be heavy enough. If you have less than 6 level 3s on your map, then you'll over HM. And specifically the level 3s that you want to leave should have a maximum estimate of below 145. So for example, a deer that's, I don't know, 130 to 190, you'd want to take that out. 190 is over 145, therefore it's a shooter. Even if it's a level 3. If you find a level 3 and it goes from 90 to 139, or 90 to 143, that would be a lever, because 143 is less than 145. If it goes up to 146, 147, chances are it won't score over 145, but the goal is to have all level 3s that are the same rough estimate as a level 2 on your map, and those are the only level 3s you want on your map. Other than that, all level 2s. All that criteria is available for every single grind. For whitetail, I think it's 150. For moose, I think it's 150. It's all available in my Discord server. I'll have the link for that down below, along with hotspot maps for you guys, kindly provided by my good friend ProXCK. Without further ado, let's go ahead and move on. So another thing we're going to talk about here today is when to know when you're properly HM'd. There's a lot of people that'll say, Squid, I think I'm fully HM'd, but I don't want to shoot all my diamonds off yet in case I'm not. How do I know if I'm fully HM'd? There's actually a very specific way to do this, and it kind of varies from grind to grind, but not really. What you should do if you think you're fully HM'd is shoot one of your diamonds off, hit your exteriors. Shoot one of your diamonds off, hit your exteriors. Repeat that process until all of your diamonds are gone, and if at any point in the process of shooting those diamonds, picking them off one by one, you find a shooter deer in the exterior, then immediately stop shooting your diamonds, because you want to get that shooter in the exterior shot down. Once you take all the diamonds off your map and start rotating through your main zones, you should see a ridiculously high diamond rate as long as you've done proper AMAC HM, which I have several guides for, the FAQs in my Discord. And your great one rate, at least for the deer and antlered species, should be between 1 in 300 to 1 in 800. Now, just a little pre-warning, I'm currently weeks into my fallow grind right now, my fallow HM, and I'm just now about to a point where I'm ready to start shooting my diamonds off. It takes time. There's a lot of people that think they can sit down and HM their whole map in 30 minutes. This is a several week process for most players. If you make YouTube videos or if you do school such as myself, this could take upwards of a month. I've been going at my fallow, not including my vacation to Tennessee for a whole week, for over a month now. It's a process. It is a big process, and in that process I've gotten several great ones, and you will too. But you will know when it's ready. You'll go to exterior zones and you'll be running around for like an hour and you just won't find anything. There won't be any shooters in exterior zones. The deeper you get into herd management, the harder herd management gets. You gotta think about it. When there's that many small animals on the map, the game is naturally gonna want to spawn some midweight animals. Not huge animals, because there's already huge animals on the map as well, but getting the game to spawn in more smalls when there's already that many small animals on the map is a challenging thing to do. It is a process, guys. It is a big process. It's not a complicated process, it's just a time-consuming one. Something else I get asked is, how do you choose your main zones? Now that is a very, very good question. A lot of people will think main zones are specific zones on anybody's map. It's not that complicated. All you gotta do is find all your drink zones for the grind, and go ahead and, well, for the fallow deer, you'd want to pick 12 of your favorite zones of choice. They are 100% your choice and your favorite. I'd recommend zones that are wide open, zones that have a lot of deer in them, zones that are easy and enjoyable for you to shoot, zones that are easy for you to set up on, and you want to make those your main zones. Find 12 of them, which is a very easy thing to do in something like the mule deer fallow, and those are your main zones. It's that simple. You set up at those zones, and every other zone on your map is an exterior zone. That's something I was really confused about, is mains and exteriors. Exteriors is just an abbreviation for every other zone on your map besides the ones you're set up on. It's that simple. You want to shoot your exterior zones down to the criteria for your specific grind. Again, all that criteria is in text format over in my Discord server. So for fallow deer, it would be all level 2s and level 3s. No less than 6, no more than 10. Level 3s that have a maximum estimate of 145 or below. That simple. In your main zones, you shoot every single deer despite the level, unless it's a diamond. You want to leave diamonds in your main zones, as they will force spawn more small animals, which will help you shoot down those exterior zones faster. Okay, so let's talk about herd managing your main zones. There's a lot of people out there that will leave level 2s or non-shooter animals with the criteria, depending on what grind it is that you're doing. That will vary. Again, all that info's over in the DC. There is a lot of people in their main zones that they're set up on, those 12 main zones, whatever it is for your grind, that will leave the small deer, the small males, and they'll end up herd managing their entire map. Like I said here a couple seconds ago, you always want to shoot every single male no matter the level in your main zones, unless it's a diamond. Even if it's a quote non-shooter. The goal is to have all the exteriors being the tiny deer and to flush males out of your main zones as consistently and fast as possible, so that way the great one spawns there ASAP. Now, there's only one exception for this. If your zone has more than 2 bucks in it, for example this one here has 4, then what you can do, even if it's a main zone, is herd manage 2 of the bucks. For example, this zone here I have 2 level 2s, completely herd managed, I will never shoot them, and then I have 2 diamonds stacked. Once I herd manage my exterior zones and I'm done with my herd management, and I go through and take all the diamonds off of my map, including these ones, these 2 deer here, when they respawn, will become 2 main shooters. You only want to shoot 2 deer out of each zone, no more and no less if you can help it. I've seen a lot of people talking about setting up on 16 zones and shooting 1 deer from each zone in order to get extremely consistent respawns. And in order to HM your map properly, you need to be shooting 2 deer out of 12 zones. If you're only shooting 16 mils per run, that won't be enough to get consistent respawns. Yeah, they might respawn once or twice, but get 2,000 kills into your grind and come back and ask me the same question. Believe me, I used to set up on 8 zones and shoot 2 deer from each. That would be 16 deer per run. Shooting upwards of 30, 40 deer per run sometimes has helped a ridiculous amount with respawns. I almost don't even notice the changes that EW's been making recently with the respawn timer stuff. Still doesn't change that males jump around a lot, but my deer, like if I shot these 2 diamonds, I could go back to this tent 1 minute trick, they would immediately be respawned. My respawns are amazing. Absolutely amazing. So you never want to only leave the small ones in your mains. You always want to make sure you have 2 shooter deer in each of your main zones. And you always want to take 2 out of each main zone. That is the proper way to do it, at least. As you can see out here, we have some solo zones, completely herd managed. Never have to shoot them again. Why? Because they're level 2s. What do we got out here? Another level 2. So lastly here in today's video, we are going to be talking about the process of stacking a great one. This is something that I actually messed with. Now, unfortunately, I spawned a blade rack fallow deer, and the weight on that is kind of low compared to other great ones, and the score on that is extremely low compared to other great ones. So the blade rack really didn't do much. It's just like having a big diamond on your map. But if you can manage to spawn a typical rack, a spoon rack, maybe even an Irish elk rack, or for the mule deer, literally any of the great ones besides the corkscrew rack, and I think the sack rack, if you could just put a dang great one on your map in general for any of the grinds, you will see a difference. Whether it's a big difference or a small difference depends on the actual score estimate of the G1 in the rack type. But I kid you not, dude. When I got my great one whitetail on my map over in a ski ridge, which in fact it's still there, it's a super wide cluster rack. I am seeing so many level 1s spawn in, it is insane. I only have 2 other diamonds on my map, and I'm seeing level 1s spawn left and right. It makes a huge difference. I can't imagine how fast they're going to shoot down once I get 10 or 11 diamonds stacked. Stacking great ones can definitely help. Now, there's a lot of people who just want to shoot their great one immediately if they spawn it, and that is 100% fine, but if your goal is to herd manage your map, I would suggest it. If your goal is just to get a great one and be done with the grind, 100% you can shoot it. I shot my first great one. I really didn't start herd managing super heavily until I got into fallow deer, which was all the way back on PlayStation. I didn't start doing extreme HM until very recently, when I became friends with Mac. W Mac for real, bro. He is the GOAT. So without further ado, guys, I really do hope that that video helped you guys out. Pretty much every single question I've been asked recently, I covered in this video. If you guys have any more questions, concerns, anything like that, let me know down below in the comment section, as I do try to reply to every single comment. There is a lot, on average 2,100 comments per month, and it's just me trying to respond to all of them, so it's a pain. I can't get to absolutely everyone as we continue to grow, but if you're commenting on this within the first 24 hours of the video being in existence, I guarantee you I'll respond to it. That's typically how it works out. But hey, I really do appreciate every single one of you guys watching. If this video helped you out, again, my goal by the end of 2026 is 50,000 subscribers. If you guys wouldn't mind helping support, it literally takes 3 seconds. Hit the subscribe button, bro. Smash that like button. Share the video with a friend that's trying to get into HM. And with that being said, as always, my name is Squid. You're watching Squidster Gaming. We'll catch you guys in the next banger. Peace out, Squid Gang.